Hi everyone. Maybe you might be looking for a new sewing machine. So what I've been asked to do today is to explain to you what is the difference of what's out here. Do you want an embroidery machine? Do you not want an embroidery machine? Do you not know because you haven't seen what embroidery machines do? So I'm just going to give you a quick education. I'm first going to do the embroidery unit and then I'll come back and do the regular sewing part. But the Babylock Verve, let's say you've had a machine for 20, 30 years, or maybe you're just starting out in sewing. The reason why I'm so thrilled with this machine is because it gives you a little bit of everything, meaning all the quilting stitches and blanket binding and one-step buttonholes and sews buttons on and all the important functions with some more fun decorative stitches, but it gives us a taste of embroidery. And it's going to open up your world as to what you can do out here with sewing machines that are very, very simple. I always ask my customers, are you a gift giver? I personally am. I'm always trying to get simple little things that may not cost a lot, but I want to give someone something somewhat special. It might be a wine bag with their name on it. It might be a baby gift. That's what it seems like all my daughter's friends are all having babies, so I'm always taking blankets. Truthfully, I don't make the blankets. I buy them on the discount shelves because I'm cheap, but I want to do something fun. And I put the baby's name and date on it, and I've got the best gift. So that's what an embroidery machine is about. I'm not going to talk a long time. Let's get going on it. So this is a full sewing machine. But as soon as I turn it off and take off my attachment for my free arm here and just snap on the embroidery unit, guess what? Now I have an embroidery machine. So watch how lightweight. It's a high quality machine, first of all. It's metal where the metal parts need to be. So it's going to be about 15, 18 pounds. It's what I call the baby of the top of the line. So the quality inside is the same as we go up the money, but we add more goodies. Does that make sense? So that's what I like about this, because it's very dependable. It's a lifetime machine. You're going to have it for 20 years if you want to, if you don't outgrow it. So now I'm just going to push the button here, and Babylock just makes everything so simple. That's the joy of why Babylock has become the #1, because of the simplicity of the whole thing. So let me show you. I can go into here, and I got different folders, so consider them folders. So if I go to Celebrate, I can go through here, and it's how much you can't see online, but it's pretty much every holiday is in there. I can go to Floral, and I got all kinds of floral designs. Go to Kids, I got all the soccer balls, the baseballs, everything on it, plus more. So there's hundreds of designs inside the machine. That doesn't mean nothing, because you're going to go online and you can get millions, and I mean millions of designs free or for very little money. So designs in here don't mean a whole lot. What you want is the capability of going to the computer, embroidery designs, and you will find a slew of companies that give designs away. You buy them for $4. It's very inexpensive nowadays. So to get you excited, let's just go back, and I'm going to go, and there's more designs here. So there's more designs in there, you see? And then I can also go into lettering, and I got nice size monogram, good wedding gift, good first home gift. Okay, so I got all of that, and then I got all kinds of lettering, and I got frames. So in these frames, I do a lot with these frames. I just made a wall hanging I should have brought back to you, just a little thing that sits on a table, but it was Easter eggs, okay? So 3 Easter eggs, but I just used the shape that is the oval to make the Easter egg. But I'm going to do the heart today, so I'm going to go to the heart, around that heart. So I got a heart. I can change the size from small to large, any size I want of that heart. And then I can go through and I can change the appearance of that heart by, do you want flowers around it? Do you want a satin stitch around it? What do you want? I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to push set. So when I push set, now I have a heart. Now I don't have so much time in the video, so I'm going to size it down. So I'm going to size it down strictly so that it's going to take a minute less for you to watch. So I'm going to say okay, but do you see how easy it is? And you will get lessons on sewItonline.com. So you're not going to have to memorize everything I'm telling you. But you can, if you see the arrows, they're all facing in, they're all facing out. You can say, I want it this way, I want it bigger that way. So you can adjust it, very simple, but it's all right there to show me. Now I can move it, I can size it, I can rotate it, I can do anything I want to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it down because I want it on the bottom of my towel. I don't want it in the center of my towel. So I got that. So now I want to add. So I'm going to go and get my lettering, and I'm going to choose a letter, and I'm going to put a B, and I'm going to go through and get R, O, O, K. I'm just going to do Brooke. Guess what? I have a brand new granddaughter that is Brooklyn, so she gets a new towel to wash her face. She turned 1 yesterday. Pretty fun. Okay, so do you see I got Brooke in there and I got my design? It's good enough. It's perfect. I lined it exactly where I wanted it to, and I'm going to push End Edit. This is a simple machine. For some of you that might not be very good on electronics, it's easy. We can do this. It's very, very, very simple to be able to do. So we're going to put our towel in, and I've already hooped it. So all I do is lift this in. Now watch this. One thing that I love about the machine is I can lift this presser foot up to get heavy, heavy fabrics underneath there, or the blue jeans, whatever. So I'm ready to go. In the classes, you will learn how to use stabilizer, what to do, all the fun stuff to be able to do that. So I'm all ready. It's telling me it's going to take 6 minutes. I'm going to do 3 color changes, and it's 2,400 stitches. So I put my presser foot down, and I got a green button. So I don't even have to use a foot control. So my foot control comes with the machine, but I use it for sewing. I don't use it for embroidery. And guess what? You don't even have to use it for sewing anymore. You can do it all by your hands. I'll show you in a little bit, but it's pretty cool. Okay, so all I'm going to do is to start my design. It's going to run around and do the design, and the bobbin thread is almost empty. I don't think so. Let's try again. Okay, bobbin thread is almost empty. So you think that's not going to happen to you? It's gonna. This is a brand new machine. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the bobbin in. I did that on purpose so you guys would laugh. Okay, here I go, put the bobbin in. And I didn't put the bobbin in because I wanted to show you how easy it was. So wasn't that cool though that my machine told me the bobbin is almost empty? I bring it over and I cut it. I don't even have to bring up my bobbin thread. When I get to the sewing part, I'm going to blow your mind. Put it back on. The machine will not work. It will come up and tell you what the stupid thing you've done wrong. Okay, all ready to go? Put my presser foot down again. I got a green light. I bet it's going to go this time. It's easy, it's simple, you can't goof it up. The one thing about embroidery is that everything comes out perfect. The only thing you really get to do is change your thread colors. So it's going to do 1 thread color at a time. Then it's going to stop and tell me to change threads. I'll show you how to rethread the machine. The bobbin doesn't have to be changed now, okay? And it's just about as simple as to be. This was just a little cozy that you make, but do you see how we put warm it up in there? Isn't that cute to be able to do? The joy of the embroidery machine is that you can do a lot of fun things. So we've done all the snowmen. These are by Embroidery Garden. They're absolutely cool. But we use these as snowmen. We've made them into all different characters, and the kids always, always, always love them. This is something that I did. I've just had the wedding stage. So I put Mr. Right, Mrs. Always Right on different towels, which is kind of a fun thing. They do them on pillowcases. They do it on a lot of fun stuff to be able to do. So take a look, see how it's embroidering. When it gets done, the coolest thing you're going to see is that it's going to cut the thread for me and tell me I'm finished and to change to my next color of thread, which I'm ready to be able to do. So if you watch over here, you're even watching the stitch count. So I'm at 634 stitches already, and it's going to go to 2,400. All right, so take a look at the quilt labels we've made, where you're just making a quilt label for the back of your quilts. Those are kind of fun to do. But do you see the shapes? And then I put the decorative stitch around it, put the lettering in it. It's just a really, really, really nice gift. So I'm ready. Now look up here. If you're buying a new machine, I can't stress to you enough, scissors are absolutely heavenly. Good scissors. You check that out if you go and you look at a machine. Scissors aren't scissors. So when you see some machines out there that got scissors, test them yourself, see how they work. I can tell you that on the Babylock product, they're extreme. Okay, now let's watch the threading. I'm going to, and it's marked right here, number 1. It's going to come number 2, 3, 4. Did you notice that I didn't have to put it through anything? Did you notice that I didn't have to turn my hand wheel to get the presser foot up or to get my take-up lever all the way up? Because the machine automatically does that for me. So I'm going to come down through number 5 and over to number 6. Now watch out, watch this. I'm going to come here to number 7 and I click it off. All I do is put my presser foot down. Okay, now watch the needle right here. I'm going to push this lever right here and it's going to thread the machine for me. Anybody up 50 years old and up better think about that one, because a needle threader is another thing that is not a needle threader. Everything is, let me start it. So I got a green light, I'm going. It's going to bury that pink thread if you got to see it. So it buried it because I cut off the exact amount the machine wants. I'm going to go and put a little flower all the way around there, and then it's going to stop and it's going to tell me to, I can change my thread or I can leave it and do brook, and I'll be all done. So I'm already 2 minutes in just to be able to do this. But isn't it cool? And it's the coolest gifts. So let me tell you the pros and cons of this machine. The sewing functions on it do everything you'd ever need. When I get to that part, it'll blow your mind. The embroidery functions are so fun to get started with and start learning with. And so the only downside is that it's a 4x4 hoop. That means that's how big your machine can embroider at a time. So it's plenty to do a logo. It's plenty. 4x4 isn't real small, okay? But in the classes, we will teach you that if you wanted to put a name all the way across here, you're going to do it in stages. So if you wanted to do Cleveland, you could go CLEV, LAND, and move your hoop. So there's all different ways to finagle whatever you want to. So that is the downside. The good side is that there's nothing else it can't do. So any of your quilting, any of your heirloom stitches and buttonholes, sewing, any of that kind of stuff, it's just wonderful. So I consider it an incredible machine. It's regularly $13.99. It's on sale right now for $7.99. Now at $7.99, don't put it off, because we've never sold these less than $9.99. Okay, watch. Now it's telling me, see up here, Brooke? It's telling me to go into my next color and push my button, and it's going to do Brooke for me. So then I'm done with the whole design. Many people want this machine for a starter, or they want it as a travel machine, or they want something for their grandkids. They want something for themselves to grow with, because maybe you haven't been sewing in a while. But if you're doing straight stitching on a sewing machine, you're really, really, really missing out. And if you stay with us, you're going to be doing things you didn't even know could be possible. But it's a lot of fun what they've done in technology over the years. But this thing's got a little bit of everything. So it's going ahead and doing Brooke for me. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn it into a sewing machine. Look at Barbara. So look how we did that on a key fob. So all we did is take a piece of ribbon and put it down, and we have sticky paper and all this cool stuff, so we put it down, and the machine will go ahead and sew over it because I've lined it up. If you were making key fobs for a business, then we would probably do 5 at one time. So this would stick down, the next one would stick down, and I can line those up to be exactly going across there. Pretty cool, don't you think? Okay, I'm almost done going through Brooke. So what's going to happen now on this machine is I'm at 19 and it's going to go to 2,400 stitches. So it's just so incredible that you're doing this gift and you're doing it in 5 minutes. And it comes out exactly perfect. I will warn you, you're going to get real good at looking at sale racks for solid things. I've got grandkids, so I just did their school logos here on the back of their shirts, on the top of their hoodies, you know, whatever basketball, whatever team they're in there. Grandpa's got a shirt that says the Mustangs on it just because Luke's in the Mustangs, so it's got Mustangs with Luke's number, but it says Grandpa. Those are the fun things that you're able to do that people get very, very, very excited about. Now let's watch it finish up here. Do you see how it's knotting in between? I probably talked too quick, but between each letter on the Verve, it's going to knot. So it's going to take the stitch over and go ahead and start the R and take a stitch over and start the O, OK. When you spend more money and get up to the altar, you're going to be able to, it's going to cut the threads for you. So the more money you spend, the bigger hoop you get, the little bit more features you get. But isn't this pretty doggone cool? So Brooke's coming up, all finished. I'm at 23.92.99. It's knotting and it's at 408 right now and I'm finished. Cool? Cool. Now watch. I'm just going to pull this up. Now in the classes, you're going to learn all about stabilizer. You're going to learn all about what to use, but this is water soluble. You'll learn that later. And what that does is doesn't let the design fall into the nap of the pile or the fleece or the sweater fabric you're using. And we have a tearaway back here, so I trim this off. How cute is that? Pretty cute, huh? Pretty fun. So the Verve, as a recap, is a full sewing machine, a full embroidery machine. It's got lots of lettering in there, and the cool thing is you can take lettering from very small to up to 4 inches. So that's really neat also, so that you can have anything in between. Any more designs that you ever want, which of course you will, you're going to put on a USB stick, stick it in the machine. It's very, very, very simple to do, even for me. Think about it. It's a great embroidery machine. There's free classes on sewitonline.com that's going to go through every single function. If you decide to purchase the machine, we will take you to new levels. Now, stay tuned, and I'm going to do one on sewing.